Hi, everybody, and welcome to another Lunch Bunch show. Today is going to be really fun because we're going to be talking about tools that help us achieve our goals and in the social media world. We have a wonderful set of tools with us today called the Lunch Bunch. So we're going to start by introducing the panel.
You always start with me, so I'm saying hello, good morning, it's Jess from sunny Seattle. Check this out. It's even all over my face today. I am so happy about it.
I'm Micheline Bourque. I'm a marketing consultant. I'm a big fan of Mr. Ray Hiltz. Ray Hiltz is...
I'm Randy Bowden, and I'm very happy to be here today because I have been called a tool a few times, so that's great. I'm glad. I think I fit in.
Jess was right. It is sunny in Seattle, and I stayed up too late getting another daily the Scott treatment out.
I'm in UK, closer to London. It is quite sunny today, unusually.
We should open up every show with the weather forecast for your particular area. I think that'd be super. And in Montreal today, it's partly cloudy, but still spring-like. William, welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me. Basically, weather is cloudy, probably some thunderstorms today, and hopefully not tornadoes.
Yeah, he says sunny Seattle is an oxymoron.
Scott wants you to think so. I would say that's why we live here. Is the days with the sun make the rain makes the sunny days that much more beautiful.
We're going to talk about Google Plus tools, and I'm going to include Chrome apps in there.
I try to keep everything very simple and use a minimal amount of app. Now I do explore that, but scheduling, I use Hootsuite across this thing.
When you share on a Hootsuite, Randy, do you do a specific Hootsuite post for Google Plus?
No, I don't do that. I use Hootsuite.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, I don't share cross platforms. If you can monitor comments, you can monitor, replies and things like that on that one platform for every one of your channels that you've got loaded in there. So there's a convenience factor.
And you've got to have whatever you're using for that. You've got to have your phone handy because if you post and run, there's a lifetime to the response and the comments.
Is anyone using Circle Count or Circle Scope?
Because of the time investment, I am not using that type of tool, Circle Scope or Circle Suite, on a daily basis, but I do use that in part of my planning, and I do use that to add data to what else I've collected when I'm reviewing things.
Some of these tools are more applicable to an enterprise type operation. Large businesses can see that, so because they got a dedicated person sitting there doing that.
Photo manipulation and image manipulation, I use iPicky, which is a Chrome app, and it's really basic. It's free, of course. And I use that for my lower thirds. I use it for my images. When I put the images out with quotes on them, I use them for that. And it's really, I mentioned a bit earlier, it's a bit embarrassing because it is so basic, but I don't have the time for another learning curve. It's something that I'm comfortable with, and I think for me, a tool is really effective when it serves you, and then you don't have to working at it.
When we talk about tools, tools are just that. They're just tools. But if we don't know how and understand how to use the tool, then it's irrelevant to our business or at that time use.
William, do you have a tool that you fall back on often?
Google Analytics, sir.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Google Analytics it's a different category. It's somewhat like Circle Count. That's a different category than iPicky.
And I might choose something different than you, or I might choose something different than Randy. And so if I'm choosing something different, once I know what I'm measuring, then I can find a tool that I only have to learn once.
My absolute favorite Chrome app is Lazarus. Lazarus Form Recovery. I tell you, man, there's not a day goes by I say, thank God for Lazarus. And Lazarus, there's a little icon. We will save that text that you already written, so you haven't lost it. You just click on that, and it saves the last text that you've done. So it is a big time saver for me. So I highly recommend that. For productivity tools?
Yeah, I've got one. It's my new straw, and it's a metal straw that gets everything nice and cold. But that's not a tool for me.
Well, and that's funny. I was thinking
productive, William. Then that's worth it.
It's very productive. It's in my water, and it makes everything nice and cold.
Jessica, you're showing us something a minute ago.
I've got my sticky notes. Those are my productivity tool. I have different colors. They mean different things.
Jessica, another thing with sticky notes, though, I found is Google Keep. I don't know if you've got that application.
Oh,
but
I
Google
don't.
Keep, the cool thing about it is I run on multiple machines. I want my notes always with me, so I can write something down in the car. Stop at a stoplight. Oh, but there it is. I've got it down. My idea in my head, and then I don't remember. If I didn't remember it, like when I got home or to the office, then at least I have it in my notes, and I can just speak into it. It's just you can use your voice translation, so it basically just speaks into it and writes it for you.
Is it similar to Evernote, or how
Very
does
similar to Evernote, yeah. I think it's a lot easier than Evernote, but
I think having just one thing, a notepad that's always there, that might be a help.
that's how I normally did it. Is I actually have a notepad right by my desk, and I've got my daily things that I know I need to get done, and then things that I'd like to get done, and then here's some ideas that I need to think about for like maybe next month.
Who uses Dropbox?
I do.
I do.
A lot.
Okay.
I could not live without one app, which is called Mouse Without Borders, because I have two computers, and what it allows me to do is have one keyboard and one mouse, and I can go between not only my two computers, each computer has two screens, so I've got 4 screens here, and it's all seamless between the 4. And the other thing about it is that it cuts and pastes between the two computers.
That's it, I guess. Unless somebody else has an app they really want to share, that's going to help solve world peace.
Taking a walk or taking a shower lets all the stuff and all the apps that you're using, lets all that stuff jumble around out there and then come out into something useful. So there might be power in that as well. As there's no app for that, but it is your brain.
You are your best app.
I will add before you close for productivity, just my thing that helps me create, and it's an invaluable app. What did Scott said he couldn't live without Mouse Without Borders? Well, Spotify to me is the one that I can't live.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up.
The music and the forming your own radio stations and stuff like that. It just depends on what mood you're in that you can dial it up. So that's my go-to app.
Anyway, well that's it. Show's over, and thanks so much for being here. I much appreciate everyone showing up and sharing their tools. Join us next week and have a good one. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ray.
Bye.
Bye.